This video is brought to you by the Shadow Angel Genesis. His soul locked in perpetual servitude, Daniel Adrian Angelescu has spent the last 500 years serving as the Vatican's greatest monster hunter, the Shadow Angel. Now his mission brings him to South Bend, Indiana, and it's bound to be an assignment he'll never forget. Click the links in the description below to get your copy today. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Robert Cantor, and welcome to my 2000 subscriber special. One of my favorite shows growing up was Hey Arnold. In my less than humble opinion, it's better than all the garbage you find on TV today. But when you grow older, you begin to understand the gravity of the shenanigans that the characters get involved in. So today, we're going to be looking at the crimes committed by the characters in Hey Arnold the movie. I apologize in advance that I can't show you any clips, and I'm obligated to point out that I'm not a lawyer. What we're about to discuss is a rough estimate of how much legal trouble each character is in based on my observations. Also, since Hey Arnold takes place in a fictional city in Washington State, we'll be using that state's criminal code as a guide. The plot of the film is that Future Tech Industries CEO Alphonse Pierre Devon Scheck wants to buy out Arnold's neighborhood and build a mall in its place. The very next day after this announcement, he's already set a deadline for demolition to begin. He even sets up a massive screen with a countdown of 30 days. But as far as I can tell, at this point in the movie, no sales have been finalized. Obviously, Scheck cannot legally demolish buildings that he does not own. We've barely scratched the surface, and Scheck's questionable business practices have already landed him in a heap of trouble. This could be seen as coercion or undue influence, and Scheck would be charged for every single home and business that he's pressuring into selling. The exact number of homes and businesses that Scheck is attempting to purchase and demolish is never explicitly stated, but we can make a rough estimate. It is stated that Scheck is going to demolish every building from 33rd to 39th Street. That's 6 blocks worth of property. Most urban city areas typically contain 20 to 25 buildings per block. That gives us a rough estimate of 120 to 150 affected buildings. And Scheck can be charged with each one that he's trying to acquire using questionable methods. With less than a week on Scheck's deadline, Arnold and Co. organize a block party to generate awareness. But when their permit gets terminated, the assembly becomes illegal. As far as I can tell, the police are only sent to disperse the crowd, and the only arrest made is Arnold's grandmother. It's unclear what exactly she's being charged with, but given her behavior on screen, I'm going to go with hostility toward the police. She was only going to be detained for one night, but she keeps trying to escape, resulting in her being detained longer. Next, Scheck's representative, Nick Vermicelli, tricks Big Bob into signing away his company, which is about to go down the toilet anyway. Now, in hindsight, Big Bob should learn to read things before he signs them. But I think we can add fraudulent misrepresentation to the list of crimes committed by Scheck. When Arnold discovers that there's a document declaring the neighborhood as a national landmark, his quest brings him to Future Tech Industries, where he and Gerald commit their first act of trespassing. When this fails, Helga puts them on the trail of Nick, who has the key to the safe deposit box where the document is kept. Here, Arnold and Gerald commit their second act of trespassing when they sneak into a bar/club disguised as busboys while trailing Nick. Next, they officially commit breaking and entering as well as petty theft when they actually steal the key from Nick. From here, they break into Future Tech Industries with the intention of stealing the document that can save their neighborhood, but end up settling for a security tape. but not before Arnold and Gerald each assault one security guard each. It's revealed that Helga, who has been secretly helping Arnold and Gerald, is an FTI as well, so we can add breaking and entering to her 2 charges of accessory to petty theft. Now we're at the exciting conclusion. When Murray the bus driver is knocked unconscious, Arnold, Gerald, and Helga are forced to drive the bus. Gerald is at the wheel, Arnold operates the clutch, and Helga is on the brake. All 3 of them are 9 years old, so they're all getting charged with operating a motor vehicle without a license. In addition to reckless driving, they hit a car, a street sign, that truck they used to jump the destroyed overpass is pretty much destroyed, their out-of-control bus destroys at least 1 bulldozer, and the bus itself is basically destroyed once they reach their destination. So that comes to 5 charges of destruction of property and 5 charges of hit and run. I would have made it 6 charges of both, but I don't think that bum with the shopping cart full of cans is in any position to press charges, financially or otherwise, so we're just letting that one go. During the chase, Sheck has his men blow up the overpass in attempt to prevent Arnold and Co. from reaching their destination, causing a truck accident in the process. This adds malicious destruction of property, illegal use of explosives, and reckless endangerment to the list against Sheck. While this is going on, Grandma, who is broken out of jail, hijacks one of the bulldozers and ends up destroying 4 more. When Sheck realizes that all his wicked plans are shot, he tries to make an escape in his car. Seeing that Arnold and Gerald are in the way, he's fully prepared to run them over, unaware that the wheels of his car have been removed. So that adds 2 charges of attempted vehicular homicide to his already extensive list. One last thing. Since Grandpa had so little faith in Arnold's plan, he, Ernie, Oscar, and Mr. Wynn hatch a plan to blow the street up and stop the bulldozers. Then Harold accidentally sets the explosives off, and they end up destroying a building. Since this movie is for children, we're going to assume that building was empty. But it won't stop us from charging them with malicious mischief in the first degree, reckless endangerment, and illegal use of explosives. Alright, let's sentence the suspects. Remember, I'm not a lawyer, and this is a rough estimate based on the Washington State Criminal Code. But I can't vouch for the reliability of my source, so take this with a grain of salt. That's all I've got to say. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, and if you really want to help this channel out, click the links in the description below and buy my books.